Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I am back with another Sketchbook Ideas video where I will be trying out different color schemes from the color wheel for each idea. So if this sounds like something that would interest you, stay tuned until the end. I used my all-time favorite watercolors, and I also used a couple of other supplies like soft pastels, acrylic markers, and couple of other things like fine liners, colored pencils, and of course my white gel pens. The first color scheme I picked was monochrome, so as the name suggests, it has to use only one color, and I picked yellow. I know it was a weird choice because yellow is already a very light color, so it's very difficult to get the full range of values as you can only go as dark in yellow. So, to darken the yellow, I also had some purple, which is the complementary color of yellow, and I mixed both of them to create darker shades of yellow. Also, this is not going to be a very information heavy video because I just wanted to try out these color schemes. So if you're interested in watching something about color theory, you can check out my color theory for beginners video, which I created to learn color theory myself. I will be linking that in the description and also on the top. Now coming back to this sketchbook idea, I started out with painting the full background with a light wash of yellow, and then with a slightly darker shade of yellow I started drawing out petals. Also, if you use watercolors, you must know that watercolors dry out slightly lighter, so you can build up the colors in the next layers after the previous layers have dried. I really enjoy drawing flowers, so I started making these flowers all over the page, some big, some small. I was thinking of a sunflower field, and I know these flowers do not look like sunflowers, they look more like a mix of daisies and maybe cornflowers. However, that doesn't really matter which flower it is. All that matters is that you just have to paint what you like. I wanted to make monochrome flowers for this page, so I did flowers. You can pick whatever you like and what makes you happy. Many people do still life studies with monochrome or maybe landscapes. I think that's also a very good idea to study monochrome. So the possibilities are endless. After I was done painting my flowers, I picked up my fine liner and started outlining these petals. At first I was a bit nervous because I did not know if the black would just add too much contrast, but then when I outlined one flower, I liked how it looked, so I went ahead and outlined all the flowers on both these pages. And I think that really brought out the contrast of all the different types of yellows, rather different shades of yellows I used in this painting. And up close, this is how this spread turned out. I really like how this one turned out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next time when I do a monochrome study, I'll pick up a darker color so I can go even beyond. The next idea is based on the complementary color scheme. If you don't know what complementary colors are, they are a pair of colors that are exactly opposite to each other on the color wheel. So for this idea, I chose the classic pair of red and green. The complementary color palette of red and green usually makes us think of Christmas themed things. But because this is not Christmas season, I wanted to do something different, so I thought maybe a telephone box, the iconic British telephone box, against a backdrop of green trees. Now, I also wanted to experiment with this sketchbook because the size is pretty small and I did not want to do very tiny drawings. So I changed the orientation of the sketchbook like this and made the telephone box across both pages, so that would be the focal point. It was a bit tricky to draw on both sides of the spread, but hey, there is no fun without a challenge, and I'm also trying to work and learn more about perspective and other things that I need to learn about drawing. So, without worrying about getting everything perfect, I let go of that pressure and just did my best. And I think I really enjoyed and got a lot to learn. Now, as you can see, I have already painted the telephone box with a bright red color, and now I have started working on the green background, for which I will be using this old brush. If you're anything like me and you do not throw your old brushes, you know you can do so much with an old deformed brush. These bristles, when they fray, they can be used to make amazing textures. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I took a dry brush and I dipped it in some green paint and started stippling it so it creates the texture of foliage. And now I'm just using different shades of green to add more depth and variation, so the background also looks a bit interesting. To make this idea more challenging, you can just use only two colors, but I also used other colors because I did not have that restricted idea. My idea was to just use a pair of complementary colors that would be the main colors of the painting or drawing, and there would be other colors that would add a bit to the scene. Again, like I said before, you can choose to do whatever you want. It's your sketchbook after all. You don't have to be afraid of anything. And you don't also need me to tell you that. Right? Right? After laying down the colors, you know the drill. I started adding details with fine liners of different colors to make some areas more prominent. And then used colored pencils like I always do with watercolors to add more depth and shadows and other things and blah blah blah. You know it. After 2 or 3 1-hour long sessions, I was finally able to complete this spread, and this is how it finally turned out. I really like it, but I think it could be better. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And now let's move on to the last idea of this video. And for this, I chose the triadic color scheme. If you don't know what a triadic color scheme is, it's made up of 3 colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel, forming an equilateral triangle. So they have the same number of colors in between them. If you take a closer look at the color wheel, you will see that red, yellow and blue, which are the primary colors, they form a triad. So they can be used in a triadic color scheme. And that's exactly what I picked for this idea. I wanted to take up another challenge on perspectives, so I did this worm's eye view of the trees, which is like looking up. So you imagine yourself being on the ground, and when you look up, the view that you get at the top with these trees bordering the sky. I don't know how to explain it, but just whatever. Just follow along what I'm trying to do. This really messed with my head because every step felt like a challenge here. All the trees, the trunks and the leaves, how I would shape them, how I would make them look that they are at a distance, and how much volume they would have in their foliage, what other shades I would use to bring out the depth and the shadows without going too far off my chosen colors, and just these artistic decisions that I had to take on each step. Among the 3 drawings I did for this video, this was the biggest learning lesson for me because it challenged me in a way I had never been challenged. And I am looking forward to learning things by doing it myself even more. For this idea, I ditched my favorite watercolors and switched to different supplies. I painted the background with chalk pastels or soft pastels as many call it, and then used acrylic markers on top of it to draw the leaves and other details. The yellow acrylic marker in my set wasn't very opaque, so I had to bring in another medium, which was the yellow poster paint, to lay down the base yellow color of the yellow trees. When I finished this spread, I wasn't very happy with it, but I was also not very disappointed with it. I was kind of in the middle. I had mixed feelings because I had many things that I had learned, and I made a mental note of the things I would keep in mind the next time I do something like this. So it was still a win win for me. And in hindsight, now that I'm looking at it being created in one go as I'm doing the voiceover, I feel like it wasn't as bad as I thought when I finished it. After finishing all the major coloring and painting, it was time to add the details. So I picked out a black fine liner and started adding more sharpness to all the branches and the trunks, and then added the highlights. Here you can take a closer look at all these trees and this full spread. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I am a bit mixed on this, but I still like how it looks. And hopefully next time I'll be able to make a better version of this. With that, we come to the end of this video. I had originally planned to do 6 color schemes for this video, but I think it would have turned quite long. So it's good that I did just 3. Maybe in the next part I will do the rest 3. If you liked this video, don't forget to check out my other Sketchbook Ideas videos. I will link them in the description, and you can also check out other videos on my channel. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And please like, share and comment on my videos if you have anything to say to me. I love reading your comments and I respond to everybody. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing day ahead. Until we meet next time, take care and stay creative.